Because they don't love it, 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 they don't love it.
Waking up Singapore. Gotta get up. The Big Show on Kiss 92. Gotta get up.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. Welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning and every Monday morning is Rockstar Arms, Natalie Dau.
Good morning. I feel like I should be getting out on the UFC.
Into a ring and starting a fight 8 o'clock on a Monday morning.
Exactly.
Live fighting out of Singapore, Rockstar Arms.
Well, speaking about fighting, I mean, this is something that people do almost every night, and some people have real problems with it. Fighting to get to sleep.
Yeah, sleep. It doesn't matter how many times we talk about it. It is always a bone of contention with people. And one thing I wanted to chat about today was melatonin because, you know, a lot of people are taking it. And there was a recent study done that the top 25 brands, they actually looked at what was in the melatonin. So you've got to remember, melatonin's a supplement, it's unregulated, and it's actually a hormone that you're putting in your body. But 22 out of the 25 top supplements actually had different things in them that was said on the bottle. So most of them were double the strength that it said on the bottle.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. So there's got to be some caveat when you're taking this, that you need to understand that what you read and what you put in your body are very different. One of the bottles had no melatonin in it whatsoever. Proceed with caution if you're using supplements to sleep. We'll start with that, and especially, you know, a lot of people are starting to give the gummy melatonins to their children. That was the number one cause of poisoning in the US last year with children, was melatonin poisoning.
What?
Yeah.
So you said melatonin is a hormone. Obviously, it's what we need to go to sleep because it creates everything goes dark and stuff like that. So does that essentially mean that because when some people take hormone pills and hormone replacements and stuff like that, they actually put on weight? Could this be something that's a cause behind people putting on weight or some sort of weight change if they take melatonin?
I haven't heard that, and I haven't seen any studies around that. Might be a good excuse if you put on a couple of kilos and you're taking it.
Too much melatonin.
So I haven't seen any research around that. But you know, as I said, it's a lot of people just do take it without thinking about it. So, you know, if you're taking 1 milligram, just assume, I think, that you're taking 2 milligrams.
I haven't actually looked at the ingredients of
you
my
take melatonin?
I sometimes do.
Oh,
yeah.
I cannot. I dare not take anything to put me to sleep.
Oh, right. I sometimes do.
won't.
No, it helps me because sometimes my mind is just like racing, and I take that and I'm out in like half an hour.
Wait, hold on. But you don't have any issues sleeping, so
I
you
do
don't...
sometimes.
Okay.
And I use natural oils.
Right. Okay.
to
Yeah,
put
I
me
do
to sleep.
sometimes as well for melatonin.
I won't use melatonin.
You know what FD does? He drinks the natural oils. Yes. He told me that once. He drinks.
That's
There
not
are some
effective.
that you can, but I don't.
No,
drink the
you should
oils,
not
but-
drink natural oils even. All of you. What's wrong with you? Just listen to Nat, okay? No, just be careful when it comes to melatonin and no drinking essential oils.
No, but I find that essential oils on your temples and you're out cold.
That's
You're
okay,
using-
yeah.
you're
That's
using the right
that's
ones,
okay.
yeah.
But I've heard stories of people consuming essential oils.
Because there are certain multi-level sales companies here that actually say you can consume our oils.
There are some that are safe if they
Yeah.
are 100% from the plant or
Yes.
wherever it is
Yes.
it's from. But you need to
Yes.
be. I would actually be the person extracting that oil to make sure that
So
it is
it is
100%
100%.
before I
Would
put
you,
it in.
Nat?
Yeah.
Would you consume?
No,
essential
never.
oils?
Not essential. Never. You've got to be so careful with essential oils. I think
Yes.
people just think you're putting them in a burner and everything's, namaste. But they are so super strong and so potent that you should never digest them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. You'll sleep all right, and you won't wake up. Okay. Okay, it's time to work out with Rockstar Arms on the Big Show TV. It is Monday, the 15th of May.
Kiss 92 Date Check brought to you by Gain City Megastore at Sungai Kadut's 8th anniversary sale. Head to...
All right,
Okay.
guys. So we are doing a banded workout today. If you don't have your bands at home, then just grab a towel or you can just do these movements focused on engaging your muscles if you don't have anything at all. But I think everyone post-COVID should have some sort of band in their house now. So we're doing pull-aparts, a pull-down, tricep extensions, squats, and rows. So 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Let's go. We're going to start with those pull-aparts. So just wrapping the band around our arms so it's nice and safe, and let's pull apart. Just a nice warm up. This is a great one to do at your desk if you're in the office as well. It's really working on those biceps. You'll feel it through here. You'll feel it through your shoulders. Making sure our neck is just nice and relaxed when we're doing all of these as well. You don't want to tense up too much. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake that out. All right, next one we're doing is a lateral pull down. So we're still working on our upper body here. So wrapping it around, you want to make sure that the tension is full in that band. Ready? We're further than hip width apart and we're going down behind our back. So our arms are out further than our shoulders. So think about it if you're holding a bar. You can also do this one with a broomstick and just pulling on that band as you come down. Don't be releasing it. Full tension at all times. You see from the back where we're going down. That's it. Hang in there, nice and steady. A couple more seconds. Really feel those arms working. Good job. Shake that out. Now we're going to step on the band and bring it up behind us for our tricep extension. So make sure you've got a good foothold on it so it doesn't fly up. We're holding it behind us and we're going up for those triceps. So holding the top of the band with 2 hands, keeping our arms right in near our ears, so those elbows near our ears. And if your arms are not burning yet from these 3 exercises, then you do not have the band tight enough. That's it. Nice steady movements. That's it. A few more seconds here, getting rid of those bye-bye wings. 3, 2, 1. All right. Shake that out. Now we're going to stand on the band and do some squats. So let's just work our legs for a moment. Okay. Hip width apart. We're going to pop the band up around our shoulders. 3, 2, 1. And up and down. So the band will pull you down and you've got to fight against it to get back up. That's it. Good job. The band is on the outside of our legs as well, so not on the inside of our knees. That's it. A nice, consistent movement. You don't need to be getting all the way down to the ground with your butt on the ground for these. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Let's shake it out. And the last one we're going to do are rows. So again, standing on the band, wrapping it around our hands. We're going to do bent over. So we're bending, knees are nice and soft. We're just hinging at the hips. 3, 2, 1. And let's pull those elbows in tight. Our hands are coming up just near our chest. You don't want to be flying back too far. No tension in the back. Squeeze those glutes or your butt as you're doing this as well to make sure you're nice and steady on your feet. 10 seconds left. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Good job.
Excellent.
Yay, those bands.
Yeah.
I'm still using those bands.
Yeah,
but the
I love
orange
them.
ones.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, the
Yeah.
orange ones are great.
Nat, earlier we were talking about getting to sleep. What about the people who find it difficult to stay asleep?
Yeah, so, if we talk about staying asleep, something like sleep apnea is a massive problem with people. So 1 in 5 adults actually suffer with it, way more people than you think. So people that don't know what it is, it's when you're asleep and you have periods during the night where you stop breathing and you might wake yourself up and gasp for air. Generally, everyone associates it with obesity, but that's actually not the only factor. The best way to treat it is with lifestyle adjustments. So, apart from losing weight, if you're eating well, obviously no smoking is a big thing, less processed foods. And they say, helping you stay asleep at night, just increasing your steps by 15% a week has had a massive impact on helping people, stay asleep during the night too.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Let's go on air. FD, that's an interesting question.
I'll
Yes.
ask the same question.
Kiss 92 traffic.
A couple of accident situations to pay attention to on Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5 at the junction of Ang Mo Kio Industrial Park 2. The first accident spot is there. Also on the TPE towards the PIE after the Pongal Road exit, avoid lane 1. Another accident vehicle has been spotted. If you see anything else, it's 88550920.
Good morning, Singapore. It's Glenn Angel and the Flying Dutchman, and our guest for today is Rockstar Arms, Natalie Dau. Welcome to the show once again, Nat. And Nat will be going up for the Gold Coast Marathon.
Yeah.
She will, 1st and 2nd July.
That's right. Excited?
Very, very excited. Cannot wait. I'm going up the week before just, to enjoy all the Gold Coast has to offer as well.
Because your parents are there, aren't they?
They are. So I've encouraged a whole heap of people and friends from Singapore to join. So we're certainly going to be celebrating after the marathon, that's for sure.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to say Happy Mother's Day for
Yes,
yesterday.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Happy
I spent
Mother's
spent it watching my daughter play sport. So
Oh, that's a mother's job, yeah.
Okay, Nat, earlier we were talking about sleep. What about people who can't stay asleep? That is another big problem.
it is a huge problem. 1 in 5 adults globally suffer with sleep apnea. And for people that don't know what that is, that's when you're asleep and then you wake up gasping for air or coughing or choking. People think it's generally, obese people that suffer with it, but that's actually not the case. But what we've found is it's really easy to treat with some lifestyle adjustments. So even if you don't lose weight, just by cutting out smoking, processed foods, and a simple thing of increasing your step count by 15% a week has had huge effect on helping people stay asleep during the evenings.
What about these people who get these machines, the oxygen machines that help keep them asleep?
Yeah, so they're extreme cases of sleep apnea and their sort of life can be at risk.
Okay.
But if you're just suffering with it a bit or not getting a good night's sleep, then, just try cutting back on those processed foods and just walking around a little bit more during the day and see if it has any impact.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so dangerous, though.
It is.
If
Can
you're
you
talking
imagine?
about
Stopping
oxygen
breathing.
getting kind of
Yeah, you
cut
just stop
while,
breathing.
while you sleep.
Yeah, you
That
stop
is
breathing.
crazy.
That's
yeah,
very scary.
and I'm sure also sleeping positions might have something to do with that.
Absolutely. So it happens to me if I'm sleeping on my back, I'll wake up and stop breathing. So it depends. Side sleeping is actually the best, and a pillow in between your legs is actually the best position to sleep in from a posture point of view. But of course, we toss and turn during the night. So, find what's right with you, but just generally side sleeping is the best.
Okay, that's why we love our bolsters, isn't
That's
it?
why we love our bolsters. True.
We know how to side sleep.
I've been using a bolster since the age of 4 5.
Really? I did not use a bolster until I was an adult.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't a thing when I was growing up.
Oh, wow.
It was only when I was adult that I started using it. And I have never looked back.
Good for you. All right, let's continue with a second set on the Big Show TV with Natalie Dau. We're working out, and so should you. All right, it's 8:15.
Kiss 92 time check brought to you by Putian.
Okay.
Fresh, crisp.
Okay, guys, ready to burn those arms again. Getting ready to go. We'll start with the pull-aparts again in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. This time, maybe grab the band a little bit closer to make it harder for you. If you want an extra workout, the great things with bands are they're obviously adjustable, and you can have heavy ones, light ones, medium ones. Really feeling those arms work. Doesn't take much to get a sweat on in this heat. So let's burn it up this morning. 5 more seconds. Okay, shake out those arms. We're doing the lat pull downs next, so let's think about focusing on our back with these. Grabbing the band. Getting ready to go. If you've had a band for a while and they do disintegrate sometimes, so just make sure you check them all before you work out as well. You wouldn't want anything snapping while you're using it. So quality is always good when you're investing in these. So really pulling your shoulder blades together as you come down with this exercise. Think about squeezing a pen in between your shoulder blades. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shake that out. Now we've got those tricep extensions, so standing on that band. Getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so working the opposite of our biceps here, our triceps. And really feel these pumping and burning. And that's it. All of these exercises you can do in the office if you have a band in there. Stay with me. We've got 10 seconds left. Three, 2, 1. Good job. Ooh, shake that out. Let's work those legs now. We're squatting. They're standing on the band, bringing it up behind our shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Down, and then make sure you're doing a full extension at the top, because that means you're working the right way. The band will drag you a little bit forward. So if you're leaning forward as you come down into a squat, that's okay, but just straighten up as you come up. Keep those knees pushed out as you go down. Don't collapse into the squat. That's it, a good rhythm. Pick up the pace for the last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, good job. Shake those legs out. We've got our final exercise, the row. So we're standing on our band again. Make sure you have it wrapped around your hands. We're going in 5 seconds. Slight bend at the knees, just nice and relaxed, and hinged over at the hips. So the best thing is actually just to look about 1 or 2 meters in front of you and down to make sure you have the right posture. keeping that neck nice and soft as well. You don't want any tension through there. But squeezing those shoulders together, keeping the arms in nice and tight next to your body. And hands just up to your chest. Couple of seconds left. And good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're perspiring.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I haven't got, there's no aircon on, that's why.
That's why.
Hey, but Nat, speaking of perspiring, I mean, it has been ridiculously hot, as we all know. How do you, as a runner or as someone who loves to work out outdoors, make sure that you don't dehydrate, don't, suffer from the heat stroke when you're out there?
Yeah, so I actually hydrate the night before, making sure that I'll take some electrolytes or recovery drink the night before. And then I've just been making some extra water stops on my way as well. So, you're only training, no one's sort of running for the Olympics here. So if you are stopping a little bit more, that's okay to hydrate. Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, and then maybe, people might want to think about changing their run time up. So either a little bit earlier in the morning or in the evening if they're struggling. So even by half an hour, it makes a massive difference.
What's your water source solution when you're out running here in Singapore, though? Because we were talking about how Sentosa is going to be done with like plastic bottles by the end of this year. How do you handle all that?
So I wear a running belt, and I will, if I'm on a long run, I'll bring a soft bottle and put it in my running belt and just refill it as I go. I also know every single water point on my run, so I know where I can stop, and there's a fountain. And I always carry a couple of dollars for a drink machine along the way as well, too.
Okay, I had no idea we had water fountains here.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
some great, like all through Gardens by the Bay. Then you'll find them at Passion Wave outlets. You'll find them at Sports Hub. Yeah, so they are, there's some at the Esplanade. So there's a ton of water fountains around.
Fort
that's
Canning
fantastic.
as well. Because,
Okay.
many people go running around,
Yeah.
Fort Canning as well. There are water fountains there too.
Okay. I say they should have more.
I think
For
they
sure,
should,
down Orchard Road and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, and they're putting more on the park connectors now too. So you'll find they've got one along near Robinson Quay as well. They've just put in.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
That's good.
to know.
That's really, really good.
So we are trying to put all these companies selling water out of business, is it?
No.
No,
We're trying to put plastic out of business.
Yeah, I mean,
that's-
In that sense,
yeah.
yes.
but they sell water out of plastic bottles. Right?
Yeah,
So-
well, they'll have to find a new solution then.
find a new
Because
way.
it
By
is-
the meantime, we are trying to, because if you put like water fountains throughout
Yes.
Orchard and all that,
Yeah.
then
We're-
people won't have to buy
Exactly.
bottled water.
Yes.
So
We
you're
are-
trying to put these companies
We're trying
out
to
of-
minimize the...
That's perfectly fine.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
trying to minimize the plastic into the oceans,
Right.
which is doing a terrible job right now.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
yes,
I-
if it eventually leads to them being out of business, then they'll be out of business.
It's so nice
They'll
when
just have to
Glenn's
pivot.
pushing somebody else's
Yeah.
buttons.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so interesting, this new world we're living in.
Oh, what do you mean a new world?
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for decades.
Decades. Hey, speaking about drinking, Nat.
Traffic.
Okay, let's do traffic, and then I've got a question about drinking.
Is it alcohol
let's do
or
No.
Yes. Oh, but
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, just one situation. This is on the TPE heading towards the PIE after the Pongal Road exit. That's causing quite a bit of congestion. Avoid lane 1. An accident vehicle has been spotted. If you know anything else, 8855-0920 is the number.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We've been speaking to Rockstar Arms' Natalie Dau. Once again, good morning, Nat.
good morning, guys.
So, Nat, I want to talk about drinking. We were talking about the problems people have sleeping. Then you get people who take these drinks before they go to bed. They take chamomile.
Teas and
they
all
take
that, yeah.
teas. I've heard of people, warm milk.
Yeah?
The ones I don't understand are the people who go, I'm going to have a Milo before I go to bed. Isn't that an energy drink? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, that's terrible. That's just sugar coursing through your veins. So that's not going to help you sleep. You're probably going to sweat because your body's trying to digest the sugar before you go to bed.
Yeah.
It's a bit like drinking alcohol before you go to bed. So, party pooper girl here, a nightcap is not your best friend. You should really drink alcohol a minimum of 4 hours before you go to sleep if you are having a night out. So don't come from a club and go straight to bed, because this is how it breaks down. The first half of the night, you've got alcohol coursing through your bloodstream and you'll probably go into a deep sleep. Your muscles are relaxed, no doubt. You're probably snoring. But then later in the night, as your alcohol levels drop, your brain's going to kick into overdrive. You're going to toss and turn. Those crazy dreams are going to kick in. And it's also a diuretic, so you're probably going to have to get up and pee a couple of times during the night as well.
Right.
So anyone that says, I can sleep really well on alcohol, no, I'm sorry, you can't.
She's just told us all our weekend sleeping routines.
Exactly what
my
happens.
wife just told me, Jean just told me the other day that, when I drink a lot and I go sleep straight away.
You have nightmares.
No, I guess, because I make funny sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
And she said, you sound like this.
Like you're struggling.
I'm like, okay, I believe you. Yeah.
But what about
That kind of sounds like me.
What about the chamomiles and the warm milk and stuff like that?
So milk is basically protein. So that's not as bad as long as you've got some good quality milk and it's not full of sugar, which a lot of milk is. But your body's still going to be digesting that milk. So something like a chamomile is good. It's not, it's not like a tea or a coffee that's going to stimulate you. It's a relaxant. So, chamomile's great. Peppermint, be a bit more careful with. It's great for digestion, but it actually can perk you up. So lavender, things like that relax you are the best things to have before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare you drink milk?
No, I'm saying no. I don't. I
It
don't
should
drink
be
milk.
plant-based milk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you
No,
start. You don't.
no
drink it.
animal milk here. It's Green Monday.
Exactly.
My
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
I'm
No.
not saying I drink
Yes, right.
I'm sure. Oh, you.
But I
so you-
do.
He's asking for
I
a
do.
friend.
He's trying to say he doesn't drink
I'm
milk
not a
anymore.
friend.
No, nonsense.
it. When did this?
What are you guys, 3?
When did this become about me? Jeez.
You see how it is these days? Everyone has to be a bit,
Politically
I
correct.
don't know whether everyone's truthful or not.
We've
you know?
all got to be liars, is what we
A
got
little
to
bit, right? Because if someone
We've all
poses
gotta
a
be
question like that to you, like,
I don't
no,
drink milk.
actually,
What are you
I don't
talking
drink
about?
milk. I
No.
drink oat milk.
Yeah. It comes from the almonds.
Yeah, right.
I say it's okay if you drink milk. Just
I drink milk. I
Just
don't,
say you drink
I drink
milk, it's
milk in
fine.
the morning. I don't
Yeah.
drink it at night, though.
Well,
But
you
there's
should
so many
stop now.
hypersensitive people. That's the problem. Okay, anyway. Go
And
on,
not
go on.
just that, you're taking the milk away from the baby cows.
Okay, stop it.
Yeah.
now.
Okay, you
Okay.
started it.
No,
Yeah,
you
you're the one who
Of course, yeah,
started
you
this thing,
started it.
man.
Jeez.
Okay, let's wrap it up. FD, you were going to ask Nat a question.
I was, and now you all
You've forgotten
started
it.
on the milk.
Okay,
I
then.
He
got
can't,
lost.
he can't remember now.
All right, time's up.
Damn.
Okay, Nat, thank you so much for joining us today. You take care when you go for your runs, okay? Make sure you
Yes.
you
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Hydrate, everyone. Hydrate the night before, during, and after. But not with
Okay.
milk in a bottle.
Okay, take care, Nat. We'll see you next
Okay,
week.
bye.
Bye-bye. Now, that's what I call ending on a high. Okay, coming up very soon, we've got our principal dietitian, Bibi Chia. Keep it right here on Kiss 92. It is Monday, the 15th of May.
Kiss 92 Date Check brought to you by Gain City Megastore at Sungai Kadut's.
What is Bibi going to be talking about today?
Bibi is talking about
supplements, right?
she's talking about the anemia, osteoporosis,
women's health conditions,
women's
two
health
prevalent
condi- yeah.
health conditions.
Okay.
anemia
and
os-
osteoporosis.
yeah.
And then she'll talk about what kind of exercises and supplements we
Yeah.
can take.
Which I think is really important. I think it is.
It absolutely is.
Exercises. Bibi is going to be talking about exercises.
Yeah, she's not actually going to be doing the exercises. She's
Right.
going to be
Or
talking
maybe
about
she
it.
won't be in the kitchen. She'll be in the gym.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
you've
think so.
always wanted to see Bibi in her
Oh.
athleisure, right?
Why is it
Oh,
me
sorry,
today?
sorry.
It's-
I'm
Why
still
is
on
it
it.
me?
It's
Oh, my
attack,
goodness.
It's Attack FD Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
guys are terrible.
I didn't do anything.
No,
Yeah.
but no,
It's
he
Glenn.
is. He is. He is.
So what are you talking about? It's
This
not
is
me.
true, it's Glenn.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all
This
Glenn.
is what happens
All Glenn.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're not
yeah.
actually behind the scenes, right? The
Yeah,
camera's
but-
on.
The camera's
we're
on,
live.
still on.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
behind any
actually.
scenes.
What's going on?
We're-
Maybe we should just do away with all this.
We're in front of the camera all the time.
All
As
the
soon
time,
as it
yeah.
hits 8 o'clock, we're in front. There's
Yeah.
no behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
We started it.
This is true. This is true.
Life would be so much easier if it was just us in the studio behind the scenes.
That's true. I wouldn't have to wake up early to put on makeup, although I put on makeup every
Exactly.
day anyway.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
would still have to wake up at the same time. But yeah, I wouldn't have to blow my hair.
There you
I
go.
just could come in with bedhead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
right?
what you call it? Bedhead?
Bedhead,
It'll
yeah.
be
it's
easier for
bedhead.
our guests as well.
Yeah, they won't have to look good or anything.
No Big Show TV, no photos, please. No
Oh.
photos. No photos.
Interesting. And there
that'd
you
be
go.
good.
There's Bibi.
Hello,
Bibi.
Good morning, everybody.
Good. FD was hoping you'll be in the gym.
No, I didn't say that, Bibi. I did not say that.
Because we saw the word exercises in your
Yeah.
message to us.
Yes, because exercise is so important. I believe that even we eat healthy and we don't exercise, we don't gain all the benefits that could be in the nutrients that that we're eating.
Hey, Bibi, before we go on, were you away over the weekend?
Yes.
Where were you?
I have now a natural glow, solar powered glow.
Were you in Bali again?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Bali is so cool.
Yeah. You can go anytime, you know this, right?
Not anytime.
Anytime on a Friday.
Can I? Is it enough?
Yeah, well, Bibi, did you go on a Friday and come back on a Sunday, or did you take more days off?
I would usually take an extra day off so
Like a
that I
Friday.
could have 2 nights. And this recipe is actually inspired by my trip in Bali.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I tell you what. We have 40 seconds. We'll go on air, and then you tell us about it. And then after that, when we go on the Big Show TV again, you can start cooking. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, stand by. Maroon 5. Won't go home without you. This is off air, so it's okay.
Phew.
Just don't do it when the
I
mic's
won't do
going.
it
Yeah,
when we
please.
go
Yeah.
on air. No.
Might scare people.
Glenong, scaring people for 29 years. Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. Maroon 5, Won't Go Home Without You. Our second guest for this morning is our principal dietitian, Bibi Chia. Good morning, Bibi.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Bibi. Now, Bibi, I know you were in Bali over the weekend, and today you're going to be talking about a couple of women's ailments that we need to pay attention to. And we believe that some of your solutions have been inspired by your recent trip.
Yes. So first of all, happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Mother's Day.
And women, we tend to also have certain ailments, such as at higher risk, such as osteoporosis and anemia. So today we'd like to talk a little bit about that. And this is a recipe that I have gathered from different parts of my trip in Bali, but it is what I call a Asian kale slaw. So we're going to use kale to make a coleslaw, and we're going to give it a bit of Asian twist with a bit of coriander and cashew nuts. So all these are superfoods for both your iron and calcium intake, and we're going to toss it together as a delicious salad.
Kale slaw.
Sounds
wow.
yummy. Kale
Okay.
slaw. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, that's
Wow.
nice.
Okay. So, what you say coriander is a superfood?
It is a superfood, but not specifically for iron and calcium, but for other things.
Okay.
So it does give food a very nice herbaceous taste, and it just makes everything taste Asian.
That's true.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, we've got a little bit of time, and then we'll go on the Big Show TV, and then you can whip up your Bali-inspired recipe. But before that, I just want to ask you, because you're the principal dietitian, we were talking to Nat early on about melatonin, which she says is not just a supplement. It is a hormone, right? Melatonin is a hormone. And then that brought to mind vitamin D. I was told vitamin D is not just a vitamin, it's a hormone as well. Is that true?
Vitamin D is a vitamin, but it also supports in other hormonal functions. So,
is it vitamin E?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. What about vitamin E? Is that a hormone? No, right?
No, it's a vitamin as well.
It's a vitamin as well.
You were thinking of something else, maybe.
No, because I heard somewhere that vitamin D was not really a vitamin. Vitamin is also a hormone.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah, okay. But great. That's why we have you here on the
yeah.
show. You just cleared it up. Thank you very much,
So-
Bibi.
And because we're talking about osteoporosis, it's also important to point out that vitamin D is an essential nutrient that can help us build strong bones. So don't forget to get enough vitamin D, whether it's through your diet or under the sun.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. We're with Bibi Chia, our principal dietitian, who will be whipping up a Bali-inspired dish right now, exclusively on the Big Show TV. Here's One Direction, What Makes You Beautiful on Kiss 92. Over to you, Bibi.
Thank you. So let me introduce these ingredients that I'm using today. And you'll be surprised that just by using 100 grams of the purple cabbage as well as the kale and some of these other ingredients, we're looking at a nutrient-rich coleslaw or kale slaw. And it could give you up to 1/3 of the nutrients that you need to get enough iron and calcium and prevent osteoporosis or anemia. So first of all, the first ingredient I have here is kale. So kale is both rich in iron and calcium. And now you can find it in the supermarket that's already pre-prepared for you. So it's very easy. So people who have yet to try kale, maybe because it just looks like a bunch of leaves and a thick stem. What you want to do is just trim out the stem and just eat the softer leaves on the side. Now the stem, please don't throw it away. It still has good use. I usually put it through a juicer, and so you don't waste that delicious juice from the stem. So over here we have kale, and then the next ingredient is cabbage. Because we're making slaw, we need some form of cabbage. So the humble cabbage has some iron and calcium, although not the highest. But what I really like about purple cabbage is that it's rich in phytochemicals. As you can see, it's a bright red color, bright purple color. Then the next superfood I have here, these two. One is cashew nuts. So cashew nut is one of the nuts with the highest iron content. So per 100 grams of cashew nut, you are getting about 6 to 7 milligrams of calcium. That's more than beef, that's more than lamb. And if you want to compare between the different types of nuts, say peanuts has 0.9 milligrams of iron versus cashew nut, which is 6.7 milligrams. So a lot of iron here. And then the next ingredient is black sesame seed. So I know we don't use a lot of it, but 100 grams, which is actually quite a lot, 100 grams of black sesame seeds will give you up to 1,000 milligrams of calcium. So it's like a calcium supplement, but we typically don't eat so much black sesame.
Do you have to roast it?
Yes. So what I've done is I've rinsed it and then give it a light toast on a dry pan. So that would take maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I did the same for the cashew nuts. I put it into an air fryer at 170 degrees for 3 minutes, and then you get this perfectly roasted cashew nuts. So just to let you guys know, I typically buy this type of nuts raw so that I can keep them for a lot longer. And depending on what I'm trying to make, I will either roast them. If not, then I will bake them. So if you buy them raw, they last longer. And it is 170 degrees, 3 minutes in an air fryer.
Do you need to roast the nuts and the sesame seeds? Because I buy raw nuts as well, and I just chop them up and put them in my salad. But I mean, is there a process that happens when you do roast them?
Only the flavor changes. So if you prefer them giving a more crunchy texture, or like, when you roast nuts, there's this certain aroma that you prefer, then you can get them toasted in the oven. I don't recommend to toast them too high temperature or for too long because you don't want to burn them, and they get burned quite easily.
Okay.
Then when we make a slaw, sometimes people would use a bit of sugar, but I thought, why not add a bit of vitamin C in there with the fresh orange juice, and that should also help you absorb the non-heme iron in vegetables. So whenever you pair vitamin C and iron from vegetable sources, they tend to help each other. Tend to help the absorption of the iron. So what I'm going to do first is to cut up the purple cabbage. If you don't have a purple cabbage, any cabbage will do. Okay, so I'm just going to slice this up. Won't need too much of it today. And so the good thing about buying a kale that's already been pre-prepared, you just need to open it up and start eating it.
Don't you need to massage the kale and all that first to make it soft?
I will massage it inside the bowl because today, what's funny was when we were preparing, I said, I'm going to need a bowl for the salad. And they said, is this okay? I'm like, very messy. You need this bowl.
Yeah.
Nice big mixing bowl, yeah.
So we're just going to dump the cabbage in there together with the kale, and then we're going to start massaging it with the orange juice to soften it.
And kale becomes so pleasant once it's massaged because it becomes so palatable. It's easy to chew.
Right.
Yes, and it turns, it changes color as well. It just becomes more bright green, and yes, you're right, more palatable. Okay, you just put this orange here, knife here. And this orange, if you prefer something a bit more tangy, then maybe the lemon, you can use lemon too. You can use lime. And this will help to soften or cook the kale. Oops.
It's like ceviche, but for vegetables.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish I
So
had
I'm
a
going to
maid.
massage it.
Someone to prep all your food, right?
No, more like not the
It's the
prepping, it's the
preparation.
washing up.
Yeah, no,
Washing up
it's the
afterwards,
prep, and then you
yeah.
can do the food, and then she washes.
Okay. I'm always thinking
So
of washing
this
up.
kale is very crunchy. If you can hear through my mic, it's like...
Yeah. How long is that massaging process?
I would say, about a minute until they are well covered in the juice, as well as when it turns like bright green. It does actually change color, like it turns bright green. Okay, so this
You
is
can
done.
feel it, You can feel it getting soft.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's getting softer. Okay, and then over here, this is the not so healthy part. Okay, you need to have some mayo, right, to make a coleslaw or a kale slaw. But you could also do up or whip up your own egg-free mayo and use olive oil to just make it healthier. I'm only using about a tablespoon of this mayonnaise, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar.
Okay. We've got 20 seconds. We're going to go back on air. Stand by, Bibi. Okay, this will be the last talk set on air, okay?
Okay.
Topic featuring A7S, Breaking Me right here on Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. Our guest for this morning is our principal dietitian, Bibi Chia, who's been very busy cooking her Bali-inspired kale slaw.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, and apart from being very delicious, this kale slaw is rich in calcium and iron. And these are both essential nutrients that women need or people need to build strong bones as well as prevent anemia.
Okay, so what everyday sort of vegetables have you put into that bowl already that can add to our daily intake?
So kale is a great vegetable. If you have not tried, you can now buy it that's already pre-cut, pre-washed, so it's easy to use. But if you're first time cooking with kale or having kale, is to trim out the stem, the thick stem. You can use the stem for juicing later on, so don't waste that. So it's rich in calcium and iron. And then I've added in some purple cabbage to make this kale slaw. And two other superfood ingredients that I'm using today is black sesame seeds, super rich in calcium, and then cashew nuts. So cashew nuts in the nut world is the king in iron. So just a little bit of comparison, if you're eating peanuts per 100 grams, is about 0.9 grams of iron versus cashew nuts, which is 6.7 milligrams. It's actually twice when you compare the iron per 100 grams, is twice of that of beef or even lamb. So don't underestimate these vegan or vegetarian choices of calcium and iron-rich foods.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that
had a
about
lovely,
cashews.
lovely piece of tenderloin yesterday.
Yeah, but clearly not enough iron then if you had eaten a handful of cashews.
So boring though, cashews.
I had a ribeye.
Oh my goodness, you terrible people. Okay. Okay,
So
so
cashew
when
nuts, because-
carry on.
Yeah, it's a good source of iron, but if you've heard of the difference between the non-heme and the heme iron, a little bit of vitamin C will help the absorption of plant-based or non-heme iron. And so as part of the dressing of this salad, I'm using a little bit of orange juice to not only sweeten the dish, but also to bring up the vitamin C content.
So every time we take an iron source, we need to pair it with vitamin C. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And vitamin C can be found in fruits and even vegetables. So if you take a look at the different content of vitamin C rich vegetables, red peppers is one of them. Even green leafy vegetables have vitamin C in them.
Surely there's also vitamin C in red wine?
No.
It has to be what? Grapes, what?
Yeah, it's great.
It's too far down the line already.
After my tenderloin, I had 2 glasses of red wine.
You've had your vitamin C. You're
No,
all right.
he hasn't. Y'all will never make a dietitian.
Bibi, just very quickly, can I ever have too much calcium or too much iron?
Yes, you can. So if you're thinking of getting calcium and iron through a supplement, which is recommended for some people if you need it. So if your doctor recommends that you have an iron supplement or calcium supplement, please continue taking them. But typically, a calcium supplement will have no more than 800 milligrams of calcium, typically. But there are some that is much higher dose for people with osteoporosis, so it could go up to 1,300 milligrams. As for iron, it's about 20, sometimes even up to 50 milligrams. So you can only have iron and calcium if it's through a supplement. Very unlikely you will overeat, unless you eat a lot, through natural foods.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
We've got all bases covered.
Yeah.
We have our beef, and then
Yeah.
after that we'll have some cashews and
A couple of glasses of wine and we're done.
Okay,
Lovely.
Yeah, nice rounded meal
everything
there.
in moderation.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Bibi, for joining us today. So you'll whip that up and we can have a look at it on your socials at Food Tales with Bibi.
Yes, that's right. So I'll put the recipe together with the nutrient content on my socials, Food Tales with Bibi and Bibi_dietitian. And if you have any questions, please feel free to text me.
Thank you very
Cool.
much, Bibi. You have a wonderful week ahead.
Thank you, and see you next Monday.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Coming up, headline news and sports right here on The Big Show.
Kiss 92 weather.